What is going on, everybody? Man, it is great to be back. Whew! It's been like, a week now? Man, I just missed my whole intro, but I just missed being here. We had a rough patch of no sports for that couple days. Didn't really feel like coming in midweek. Wanted to kind of get everything together, get settled in, have a good second half of baseball, NBA Finals, and all that other stuff. So welcome to the eighth episode of the Leadoff. I'm your host, as always, WinnerWire Matt. Thank you for everyone stopping in. Chase, good to see you. I don't know who else is here, but I see some people are in here. How has your sports betting been going, most importantly, while I've been gone? And what have you guys been up to? We're going to get started with some trade deadline talk. With my Mets, I want to start, DeGrom kind of being hurt every couple days. Definitely because he's just throwing a lot harder, I think. I think his bodies were quite used to it. He's dealing with some soreness. I think he's got to tone it down a little bit. And since he's been going down, they don't have Syndergaard back. They don't have Carrasco back yet. I think Berrios is a must. I think you have to kind of get him. Hold on one second. I think we have to kind of get him going or someone. I think Berrios is probably the most sought after for me as a Mets fan. I would love German Marquez, but beggars can't be choosers. I will take whoever I want. Going to the MLB standings. Is this where you guys thought you guys would see the standings with the Red Sox winning the AL East, the Yankees in fourth, White Sox winning the AL Central? I think everyone thought was definitely going to happen. The Astros and the A's at the top of the AL West. I was on the Astros winning the division. Still am, even though they're struggling, but I still think they take that division. Nationally, we have the Mets winning the division. I know people thought you'd see the Braves or the Mets, but the Braves have been struggling. Then Acuna just tore his ACL. The Mets have had their fair share of injuries as well, but I think that division is kind of where we thought it would be. Maybe the Marlins are a little better than expected. NL Central, I know most people like the Cardinals. I know Josh and we love the Brewers. They look like they're going to take the division. The Reds are still surprising. The Cubs we thought would be almost in last, but they're hovering around 500, right in the middle of the pack of the division. And the Giants are actually winning the division against the Dodgers. If you called that, you're a liar. No one saw that coming. 95% of people said the Dodgers are going to win, and 5% lied. That's just the stat. There's no way you thought the Giants were going to win the division. I think people thought it was going to be Dodgers, Padres, Giants. What's going to suck come playoff time is that both of these teams, or all three of those teams, the NL West, are going to make the playoffs if they keep this up. So you're looking at, if the Giants win the division, it's going to be a Dodgers-Padres wild card series, which would just be dumb. I would hate that, honestly. I hope the Dodgers end up taking the division so we see them in the playoffs, just for some good baseball. I don't really see too much value in futures. I'm checking the odds right now, but there is a future I'm kind of looking at right now. Vlad Jr. is plus 200 to win the AL MVP. I know Ohtani is a Martian. I know he's an alien, but Vlad is on fire. Ohtani didn't really get any rest at the All-Star break at all. Pitching and hitting, it's going to come down. I think he might get hurt or he might just cool off. That's kind of my take on it. Also, Devers at plus 4,000. If the Red Sox win the division, Bogarts is plus 3,500 as well. But Devers is third in RBIs in the AL. He's sixth in the AL in home runs. He got 22. He's second in doubles next to Bogarts. He's how many hits does he have? I don't think he has that many hits, but when he hits it, it goes far. He's 17th in hits. He's got 94. And his average is, I believe it's still insanely high. Yeah, 279, top 15 in batting average. Then you have Bogarts, who's third in the league in batting average at 321. His RBIs aren't really there. That's because he bats before Devers. Bogarts is leading the league in doubles, leading their top 3 in batting average, top 5 in hits. You could look at, oh my goodness, Dan, get out of here. The Mets might choke, but there's no way that this Phillies bullpen's going to let them make the playoffs. There's no way. I don't see it whatsoever. I think you can place, honestly, at futures on Bogarts or Devers at 35 and 40 to 1. That's just my opinion. I think if they keep it up, this is going to be, without a doubt, one of them at least being in the MVP race. They don't have the NL odds up because the DeGrom's hurt. That's my guess why I don't have it up, because they don't have the Cy Young up either. But let's get into today's slate. We have the Twins versus the White Sox at, I believe, 5 o'clock. First game of this doubleheader. Twins, White Sox is who we see on the mound. And I thought it was going to be Berrios, but it is not. He's actually pitching game 2. So you have Griffin Jacks versus Lance Lynn. I'm all over the White Sox here at minus 105 run line. I'm snagging that. I'm going to make that the free play of the leadoff. Tell me your thoughts. The White Sox are just heating up, and the Twins are selling. Donaldson might be on the move. Berrios might be on the move. The White Sox are, trajecting up, and the Twins are, trajecting down. I love betting on that in the middle of the trade deadline. Be cautious betting in the trade deadline. You don't really know who's there, what's going on in the locker room. I hate the trade deadline part of the season, but you have to bet what's in front of you. It's all we have. There's possibly one more NBA game. Shout out to me hitting Drew Holiday, 25 plus points in the Bucks to win at plus 1,000 in my little sneaky play the other day. But there's only one NBA game left, most likely, if the favorite does win. And then it's just baseball until we gear up for football. So, again, we have a lot of stuff coming out for football season. I'm actually most excited for that over anything. I love my football. We're going to have some football dedicated episodes down the line that I would love to do with you guys. We're going to go to our next game, and it's, we said it. We talked about them before, and it is Giants versus Dodgers. Tony Gonsolin, Kevin Gausman. Gausman's been a stud. He's competing for the Cy Young. If there was a Cy Young award without Jacob deGrom, he'd easily be top 3. I have to lean the Giants here. The Dodgers are they seem like they're just coasting. Like they're coasting and they're still second in the division, but they just don't. I don't get the same sense of urgency. Whereas the Giants, this means a lot more to the Giants than it does mean to the Dodgers. And you got your ace on the mound, Kevin Gausman, basically almost a pick'em game. You can actually get plus 110 with the Giants. I would definitely lean towards the Giants if I had to pick. Plus 118 on FanDuel, actually. I know everyone's going to say pick the Dodgers, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You could bet the favorites all you want, but if you bet the Dodgers yesterday, you would have lost too. So I said what I said. Another interesting game for me is the Angels and the A's. I know it's Ohtani versus the A's, but I think I lean the A's here. That's just my opinion. I think Ohtani didn't get any rest. I don't think Ohtani got any rest. He played in the Home Run Derby, then he pitched and hit in the All-Star game, and now he's pitching his first game back against the A's. And, I'm not really high on the A's. I think everyone puts the A's in every parlay ever. I believe the A's lost yesterday too. I'm really not high on the A's at all. I think they're a good team. I don't think they're a World Series contending team. I by no means think that the Angels are even close to that. I do think the A's are better than the Angels, and I will take the chance on Ohtani struggling. Maybe his offense lacks, maybe his pitching lacks. But the A's need to do something. They're a good team. They're not a fantastic team. I wouldn't bet them to win the World Series, but you get good odds here. It's a pick'em game against the Angels, and I think you're only getting the price because of Ohtani. Yeah, it was plus 100 actually for the A's earlier. Pick'em game now. Cole Irvin's not bad either. I actually love the A's more than I'm talking about it. I'm talking myself, fading Ohtani. I wouldn't do that often. But, Cole Irvin's been solid. His last 3 starts went at least 5 innings. Most runs he gave up was 3. That was the Rangers. The Red Sox, he pitched 7 innings, gave up only 2 earned runs, but 4 runs did score, but only 2 of them were earned. Faced the Giants, 8 innings pitched, 3 hits, no runs. Then he played the Rangers, 3 runs there. Then he played the Angels again the last time, 4 runs, about 5 2/3 inning pitched. So, he's got some experience against this lineup. I think, and that was earlier in the season. That was June and May. I don't know what Ohtani's pitching game log is against the A's, but let me just do a second and check. There's hitting stats. All right, well, I can't find it because this dude's the hardest dude to look up. Winker, Votto, talking Mets versus Reds today. I actually like the over in this game, but 10.5 is a lot. If you're talking about the Mets and Reds, I actually like Eichhoff. I don't think he's terrible. I think they're in a bad spot. You had a kind of a bullpen game yesterday, but you didn't pitch Lugo or Diaz. So you still got some studs back there. A team coming off a big win. Yeah, I mean the Reds are solid. I don't even know the line on this game. What's the line? I mean, Gutierrez gets hit pretty hard too. They both have walking problems. Actually, Eichhoff, one thing he doesn't do is he doesn't walk anybody. I mean, yeah, I would have to lean the Reds here. I'm sure the odds minus 110. I mean, but the Mets off that emotional win. Sometimes teams just go on runs after that. You blow a 6-run lead in the 9th, and then you actually come back from a 6-run deficit the next game. Then you head out to another series. You got to be feeling good about yourself. I wouldn't touch the side here. I think both teams hit. I mean, this Mets team has been hitting, which I never thought I would actually say. But 7 runs, 6 runs. I know it was against the Pirates, but I mean, yeah, let's see. Last 5 games at 4, 5, 1, 7, 7. There's a lot of runs, and that's with Lindor being out. I think this lineup is actually better without Lindor right now. That's just me. J.D. Davis is back. Nimmo's healthy. And the Reds have been in absolute ridiculously high-scoring games. Last 3 games for the Reds were lost 8-0 to the Brewers, lost 7-4 to the Brewers, and lost 11-6 to the Brewers. Those are 17 runs, 11 runs, and 8 runs. And the Reds only scored 10 of them overall. So they're giving up a lot of runs. I mean, I've never trusted the Mets offense ever. Chase. The only time I ever trusted the Mets offense was when Daniel Murphy went on that playoff run in 2015. I like the over. I think we're just could be a rough game. And why root for a side when you can root for home runs? I do think you see some home runs. I think you see Jesse Winker easily could be up there. Egolf struggles versus lefties, but the sample size is so small. But yeah, he gets hit hard by lefties. He also throws. He throws a slider a lot to lefties. Who's going to hit this slider? Let me just look up some numbers. Who's going to hit this slider? Winker's got a good WOBA, but it's ISO. Who's got a good numbers against this slider is Winker and Eugenio Suarez. Eugenio Suarez has got some good numbers versus the slider. I think if he throws it to him, he might go yabo real quick. But if he's throwing his fastball or that knuckle curve thing, it's gonna be rough. You got a lot of power on that Reds team. Root for the over. Root for the Reds and the over. Mets. You know what? I think it's time for our leadoff lay. If I just gotta stop talking, we're gonna do the White Sox game 1. Do you guys agree with me? Remember, this is interactive. I want you guys to be on my parlay that I make. But we have the Mets over, White Sox money line, and I want to throw the A's in there. And you know what? Screw it being interactive because I like this. You got the White Sox money line, Mets Reds over, and the Athletics money line. Plus 426. 50 beans pays out $263. If you want to bet your Chipotle, which is what, $10, you win 52. Sacrifice your Chipotle today. You get $52. You can eat Chipotle for a week. What's better than that? I don't know. Can't name much, honestly. Or Qdoba. I'm more of a Qdoba guy, but to each their own. People get mad when I say that, but it is what it is. So I'll put it up for you guys in the graphic. We got White Sox game 1 money line. Mets Reds over 10.5. Athletics money line plus, what was it? 426. Bink. Where are you? Bink. That's the leadoff lay. Bright and early. It's Monday. I had my coffee. Let's get after it. If you're not chasing the bag, what are you doing? If you're not Chase Sulkoff the bag, what are you doing? Shout out Chase Sulkoff. Any other questions before I log off and start diving in and start grinding on this beautiful Monday morning? Stephen Fox. It's a great last name. Blue Jays, Red Sox. I don't know, man. Pivetta, you got a big game for the Blue Jays. Oof, that's a good game, man. As a baseball fan, that is just a solid game. Let me just run some numbers for you real quick. So Pivetta is – I remember the stat from before. Where is that game? So Red Sox on the road. Everyone loves the Blue Jays, right? Who doesn't love Vlad Jr.? Pivetta on the road is 4-2 with a 2.89 ERA, 57 strikeouts and 8 appearances. It's about 7 strikeouts, a little over 7 strikeouts an appearance. 4-2, sub-3 ERA. That's tough. That's tough to beat. And you got a team that's struggling coming out of the Yankee series. They finally let him get to him. I like Ross Stripling, but I don't know. I wouldn't touch that game. I think there's a lot better games to touch. Stripling at home is 2-2, ERA 3.83. Let me check some more numbers for you. Pivetta, he's got some good numbers against Pivetta, who gets hit a little hard by righties, is Vlad Jr., Marcus Simeon. Pivetta does walk a little too much for my liking. But he's got better numbers against Stripling. These righties also crush Stripling. Bogarts, JD, and you got Devers, Verdugo. I don't know, man. I would not touch this game with a 10-foot pole. That is my question, or my answer. I would lean the over. But Pavetta's been solid. It's over 10.5. I don't know. Those are a lot of runs. And this is a big game for them. This is going to be like a playoff-style game for the Blue Jays and the Red Sox. The Red Sox just, went to the Yankees series. And I was like, all right, we got the Blue Jays. They're right behind us in the standings. I think they're like similar or similar-ish. The Rays are there, but still some Seattle Kraken. I hate the Seattle Kraken. I hate the expansion draft. I hate it. I literally hate it. Read our own Sierra picks for the Kraken's first starting lineup. It's ridiculous. I forgot their options. If you guys are hockey fans, I have it right here. They can get goalies. They can get Ben Bishop, Chris Driedger, Jonathan Quick, Capo Kakinen, Carey Price. That's ridiculous. Doesn't make sense to me. Honestly. I actually hate it. That's why VGK is so good. VGK got to take one player off every team. It makes no sense. You have to have to struggle. Imagine if the Bobcats, when the Bobcats came in 2004, or now the Hornets, and they were like, yeah, you could have one player on every team, and every team was like, but you can only protect 5 guys, whatever it is. You could be like, imagine if that team was able to get yeah, I think you're 100% right to Sprinkle to win the cup. It's just it makes no sense. Let's make this team able to compete for the championship for the next 3 years. If I'm every other franchise ever, I'm pissed. That's just my opinion. I hate it. I literally despise it. I think it's the dumbest thing in the world. But I don't know what else you're going to do, so I'm not the GM. It's their problem, not mine. That's it for the leadoff. I'm going to get going, get started. I appreciate you guys coming in here. We're definitely going to be back tomorrow. Again, put that leadoff lay in here. Bing, bing, bing. Chandler, bing, bing, bing. This is the actual free play this morning. White Sox minus 1.5, minus 104. That is what we're doing for you guys today. The leadoff is back. We are better than ever. Let's go. All right. That's it. No more questions. Thanks for tuning in. And if I don't see you, good morning, good afternoon, good night, guys. Let's cash.